Alright everybody, welcome back, and we got ourselves the 132. I know I said in a community post yesterday I get it up that night. I didn't because I wanted to get my summer videos up for it first. I wanted to get them up first, so yeah. But yeah, we're now doing this here, so yeah, we're going to get straight into this here. And last season we ended off actually at quite high, 152 or 156, one of the two numbers I think it is. Still very good. So yeah, fun times ahead of us. But this season, holy shit, the amount of people, this is the best season yet. As I said in the community post, it is the best season yet because of all of the plethora of pools of characters. So yeah, this will be a fun time to go over. But yeah, starting off as per usual, the Pathan. This is what we're going to be doing here, as per usual, all the difficult fights. Now there can be made some variations, i.e. some fights more likely at the beginning is basically it because there's 2 fight fists at the beginning. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time going to go through this here. So yeah, not much worried about that. So let's get into the first fight here to see what we're dealing with here. And the first one is this fight here. Wow, would I actually recommend this here? Well, yes I would. Yes, there is a tag unit, and yes there's an ultra, and you have 2 transformation units. But being realistic, they don't have super attacks anymore, so there's no point even caring. Or you can go for this here, to which, in all honesty, I can recommend. But this here is just the fact that it's got 2 transformation units and an ultra. You could say it's a bit better, it's a bit harder than this here where it has an EX and no transformation unit. So you can go for either or, I would not be against it. To which then you obviously go for here and basically fighting the same fight. Not much need to say there. Into the fight fist, literally the same fight. So if you go for the left, you're fighting the same fight 3 times in a row. So then you get to here, and this is piss. This is just piss, easy. Garlic Jr. is the main thing because he transforms, everyone else is just rubbish. Because you have 2 free-to-play units, and low-star characters. So you have fun times there. And now up here, you only go right because, again, all the hard fights. And not much really to worry about other than this here fight maybe, because of the double transformation. And I was going to say they all 3, but no, this is easy as hell. All EX units, all low stars, you're gonna be swimming. The fact we're facing multi-fight season here is weird. This here, you haven't really, again, nothing to worry about. It's just damage, because again, there's no debuffs, no kits, no comebacks. So yeah, this is easy enough. With still being your main damage dealer of the team. But yeah, then after that, you can go, and I did struggle. And you can think of this here as going 2 ways. I am definitely going to say go for the 4 fist to the 5 fist to the 4 fist. Meaning that you have to end up with these 2 fights here. But for whatever reason you can go for this 5 fist here. That's pretty easy. Into the 3 fist, which is okay. It's easy enough, but it's 3 fist. Into the 4 fist here. Then you have to deal with either this fight or you deal with this fight. To which I'm not really going to say this is a hard fight, but I don't want to be dealing with multi-transformation. So, and which is why we're going over to the left, because you just deal with this here, easy enough fight. Deal with this 5 fist fight. You do have a revival and transformation, but should be okay. As long as you get rid of the transformation 4. So yeah, into this 4 fist, easy as all hell. And you end off either doing this here, which I would say it will be a bit more difficult. Just depending on the characters you run on your team. So like if you have more than one color for this character, so like you have yellows. Well then, obviously this fight here, best for you because 3 purples. Swimming, as long as you bring in at least a good blue. Or you go for this here if you've got a multi-green team. Well then this would be the best option for you because, I mean look at all the blues. Yes, there is transformation and a revival. Whereas here, there's only a revival. This here is only a transformation or fusion technically on turn 3, so you can easily get rid of them. Instead of a turn 2 where you have to try and get rid of them turn 1. So there's that. And for them doing Transcendent Kamehameha, I don't think that's a thing. Or it might be, I don't know, I haven't used them because they haven't really been on the boost. But I would say these 2 are easy enough, they could be interchangeable. I'll not be against it. If you want more damage, well obviously I will say this here because the blast and special move. But if you want to be quote unquote safer in some form, this fight here, I will say is pretty good enough. So yeah, that's the board. Not really much worried about. There is a couple fights here and there, but Not too bad, to say the least. So now we're going to go into the recommended allies. And I know, again, I posted this here on the community tab. That's where I basically have everybody. I keep updated of everybody. But this is what we're going to be dealing with here. The 3 new characters. And Saga's God Key and Powerful Opponent. And for once, there is a character on all 3 of those tags. And I just am an idiot, and I completely forgot about that. So, the lowest team percentage you can get would be 95. Not 90, 95. So, whenever you see the images and I see 95, I'm like, wait, hold on, that's not 95, it's only 90% there. But then, just remember, there's a character off on the bench I just completely forgot about. So, yeah. And I would actually recommend run him on all the teams as you possibly can, if you have him, because the fact he's on all those tags. So just basically add on 5% extra to every team, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, we'll get into the teams now. And first team is going to be the God Key only team, without obviously Gogeta Blue. So yeah, this is the way you'll be running it here. Again, mostly Zenkais, a lot of good Zenkais there, all high stats, even at the French rank they're at. And the Fusion Gogeta is going to be doing a turn 3, so at least you'll have the decency of stat buffs from that. UGB is there only to service an extra slot, because you're not going to be using them. You might use the Beerus, but you won't be using the Gogeta because you already got 2 purples. Next up is going to be the Powerful Opponent version, and this is just pure Zenkais. The other 2 I just have sitting there for bench, but again, you can run the Beerus because the stats are actually quite high, even at French rank 1. And that's him un-arch boosted. 298, if I'm not mistaken, is his blast attack. So yeah, you can easily run him over the Zenkai Broly there, the bottom right. 100%, or even the cooler, if you don't want to run a red. But yeah, this will be the team here, very decent, got transformation as well. Next up is going to be the one with Gogeta Blue. Now this here is obviously going to be with Gogeta Blue. I just took off the UGB and I put the Battle of the Gods movie on the bench. Only because of the fact I want to keep the Zenkais. Keep the Zenkais, always keep the Zenkais as much as you possibly can. But yeah, this will be the team you'll be running here. Again, you can swap in the Beerus. I will keep saying this here because the stats are very good over maybe God Vegeta, because you already have 2 yellows there that are very powerful enough as is. Next up is going to be the Powerful Opponent with both Broly and Paragus. So yeah, this will be a better version if you don't have, hopefully you did pull these 2, because obviously the more characters you have a boost, the better score you'll get. But yeah, and I've actually taken off the Blue Broly because I needed someone to substitute in. And if I had to say, if you want to swap out anybody, the Transforming Super Saiyan Broly, maybe. Despite the fact he's a transformation unit, I would say he might be the best option to swap out, or the Legendary Super Saiyan. Next up is going to be the actual boost team that could be run for part 2 at 155%. And yeah, this will be the best and the only way to properly get it here. I would say this would be the best option. Again, you can swap in for like the Cooler or the Turles for one of these other characters here, except for the main 3 up in the damage tiles. But yeah, only because the fact that this is going to be a very summonable banners, you will need to not run the 90%, I would say. And that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. I will have a poll. I think I've already said this, but I'll have a poll up on the community tab. Again, I post everything there basically because I don't use anything else. I should probably get back to using Twitter, but then again, Twitter, or X, it's called, is a cesspool. But yeah, that's been it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. I shall see you all in the next one. Hopefully it might be a PvP video.